again, thanks, Mark, for being here. Now, share your insights being a global talent manager and recruiter. How should a person behave in an interview? It's our last question. How should a person behave in
Okay.
an interview? You can say it like interview etiquettes. What are the interview etiquettes?
Okay. Well, first, yeah, just you said Noel Barry was online on the, and I just like to welcome him. That's my father. Um, okay. Interview etiquette. You need to walk in, nice smile, be warm, but be confident, and no fidgeting, which means no touching your face, no with the hands like this all the time. You need to sit and like I am now, and be calm and composed. And when they ask a question, you answer it clearly and you put in a lot of detail. And there are a lot of, I mean, there's a lot of questions that can be asked, and there's certain ways to answer these questions, which I mean, Rizwan and I will go through that in our next sessions. So I think
Inshallah.
that's very important. Yeah, but you need to be calm and composed, and what they ask you, you speak clearly, and you need to be very professional in your approach. No swearing. Um, if they offer you coffee, I would say no. Just you there for one reason is to present your best self. Um, I mean, the interview process, and again, what I will say is the energy. You need to be passionate about your job, and you need to be passionate about this position. You need to ask them, when can I start? The placements I've made that were successful all said, when can I start? And the hiring managers, they love that because it shows that they're really passionate. You need to do research about this company. Now, not just brief research, look at the company for 5 seconds or 10 minutes. You need to go for 20 minutes and look at what this company does and how you can help them. One of the questions which my dad, which is he's online now, Noel Barry, he used to have a recruitment agency as well. So he
That's
kind of, he
great.
taught
That's
me
great. We
recruitment.
welcome him again. We welcome him again.
Yeah. So the question which is a good question, what you should ask the hiring manager is, what impact would you like to see me have on your organization in the next 6 months? In other words, what would you like to see me do in the next 6 months for you? Where do you see me? Um, what will be my effect on your organization in the 6 months? What would you like that to be? That's a very good question. Um, Also, you need to ask questions. You can't just sit there and let them, because if it's too easy for them, if you're too keen to get the job without asking any questions, that's going to bring up a red flag. So, questions. You need to ask questions in the interview about the job, about the hiring managers. Even you could even ask them how about their personal. How did they become managers in the company? What did they do to get this position, and what did they do to get promoted? Um, but again, I will. This is the whole. I mean, this topic is very in depth, and there's a lot to it, and we can speak about this for a couple of hours. It's so important, but we will go through that in our next session. Um, with regards to anything else in the interview, again, keep your language very professional, um, and don't lie. Dishonesty, they will catch you out, because remember, if you're successful in your interview, they will phone your references and the people that you worked for. They will definitely phone them. And a lot of the time, the first question that they ask, is there any problem with dishonesty? Has there ever been dishonesty in the past? If there's dishonesty, you can forget about it. That's finished, and then that's a bad name, and then it'll go around. The industry is quite small, and when companies find out about you, it's not good. So just be honest. Gaps in your CV, that gaps, which means there's a year missing. That's also a problem. There are ways to answer that question. Obviously, again, it needs to be honest, but yeah, honesty is always the best policy.
Exactly.
Lying won't get you very far.
Amazing, amazing. Mark, can you please describe a bit more about etiquettes, interview etiquettes, how to enter in the room, how to sit in front of the interviewer, and how to behave at there? A brief, just a brief.
Okay. Well, as you walk in the room, obviously, I mean, in this country, I'm sure it's the same in Pakistan. A
Exactly.
nice solid handshake, a nice solid handshake,
Okay.
like a strong, firm handshake. You greet with a smile, have a nice high energy, but still professional. Um, Sit down on your chair, be nice and comfortable, and I would say keep your hands like this and keep
Like
an
this.
open body. Yeah,
Is it? Okay,
on
that's
your
great.
on your on your lap. That's on your lap. That is on
Okay.
your yeah. So just rest your hands down. Yeah. Okay. Sit back. Be comfortable. You need to open and be an open body language, because if you close like this or do not fold your arms. I mean, imagine sitting like this in the interview. Imagine like that. You know, I mean, that's not a good look. So you need to be
It's look
open and
like a
open
person is
to
defensive.
everyone and the questions. You don't want any defensive actions. Again, if you
Yeah.
touch in your face or you like this when they answer the question, I mean, obviously, once in a while, everyone's a bit nervous. It is a job interview, so that is understandable. But you need to keep your hands, I would say, like this, so you can't move them. And
Okay.
don't twiddle your thumbs either like that. It needs to be. You need to be calm and collected. They're looking for calm and collected people. And when they
Okay.
answer, you answer the questions clearly. You sit still, don't move, and you just talk. And obviously, if they make a joke, you can smile, and you just generally just have a try and build a relationship. Because again, what you're trying to do here is build a relationship with your clients. That's what I do. I build relationships. In recruitment, it's all about relationships, and you need to build a relationship. So asking them questions um, is a very good way to build a relationship. Again, the question I will say is, how did you get into this position? What did you do before? And in this company, what was, how did you get promoted? And people like talking about themselves. So in psychology, I mean, if you talk about, if you ask someone a question and they talk about themselves, they tend to like you a lot more. It's just a psychological principle. Um,
Exactly.
so that's why, again, that those questions are so important. Again, professional. This nice. If you got, if you've got your CV number one, LinkedIn profile two, social media three. Um, Now you're in the interview, and you walk in and your clothes are spot on. You look very professional. You're not fidgeting. Your body language is open. You're speaking. You're calm. They're going to think, "Hey, this is a great guy." And you ask them questions. You ask the hiring manager, how did you get promoted in this company? What do I have to do like you? Which shows that
Amazing.
you almost admire the HR manager. He's going to feel great. It's going to give him a good feeling. Um, and that is, I mean, and then if you've answered your questions correctly and you've done all these steps, your likelihood of getting the job, I'd say, is about 90%.
Thanks, Mark. It was an amazing experience to have you live with us. In next session on 17th, we will be discussing effective body language in an interview, how to answer the question, what question you should ask in an interview, like Mark discussed now. What question should you should ask in an interview? What are the don'ts and do's of interview? And the most important what we will be discussing in the next session is, with all the details of CV and interview skills, how to get a job in Europe and Middle East. It is for our Pakistani community. Once again, I would like to pay thanks to Mark and everyone who joined us today. Stay tuned, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel. Our Facebook page and YouTube channel is named as Rizwan Ullah Khan. Thanks again. Thanks, Mark. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you so
Thank,
much, Rizwan. It was great to be here. Only a
thank,
pleasure. We'll see you
thank you.
guys. We'll see you on the 17th.